You're on, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, we're on.
We're on. So we want to start off talking about this weekend's fights, past weekend.
Hold on. I just want to give a quick shout out to, or just pay my respects to,
Spinks.
Spinks. Yeah, I was blanking hard there. Leon Spinks, former heavyweight champion of the world, beat Muhammad Ali after only having like 7 fights, won a gold medal. Just a big loss, man. A big loss for the boxing community, combat sports world. So, shout out to the Spinks family. Thoughts and prayers are with you. And then, shout out to Tom Goat Brady for winning his 7th Super Bowl ring. What did you think about that?
I didn't even watch it.
That's be ashamed of yourself.
I was watching the updates on my phone. I was just watching a movie. I was watching Ghostbusters, the 1980s film.
Dude, you watched Ghostbusters over one of the most historical moments in football history. Tom Brady winning his 7th Super Bowl for a second team.
Yeah,
How
but
dare you?
I knew it was going to happen anyway, so.
Guys, just throw Brady some shade in the comment section for that. That's disgraceful. Anyways, we're going to roll on to the Overeem Volkov card. Where do you want to start with this one?
We'll just start off with, but we'll just say Beneil Dariush looked good. He beat Ferreira.
In a rematch. I didn't realize a rematch until the day before the fight.
Yeah. So he's up 2-0. Ferreira was a good win. I think we called that one. After that fight, there was who was after that fight?
Oh, hold on, but for Beneil, call me crazy, but I think he beats Charles Oliveira. Call me crazy.
It's possible. He has the ground game for it, so.
And he's got the dynamite in his hands. But anyways,
that's a good fight.
Then we got Pantoja versus Manel Cape. Let me start with this one. Let me start on this. So, first of all, Manel, you owe me money, bro. Me and Brady's been sticking our neck out for weeks, hyping you up, hyping all the Risen boys up. Shout out to Kaya Sakura and Kyoji Horiguchi. And he comes over, and did you not see Adrian Broner out there? Literally flashy, like dancing around. And whenever he threw his hands, it was great. Fast hands, accurate, but didn't do anything. It was Adrian Broner out there.
Yeah, he didn't. He was like doing the foot shuffle and all this shit, but he didn't land a punch. He could have won that fight.
Oh, you saw like when he actually wanted to do something, much like Adrian Broner, it was brilliant. He landed his lead left hand. He's southpaw, right? He was southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he threw the lead left, it hit almost every time. It just was too few and far between. The third round, he dominated. He won the third round easy.
Yeah, it was such an upset performance, but it is what it is. I guarantee they still put him in the top 15.
I'm wondering if that weight cut affected him because the man is massive for 125.
He's a big boy. I just can't wait for his next fight. I think he'll do a lot better after seeing the tape.
Manel, pay me back, buddy. Pay me back.
I got so much shade after that too because I was hyping him.
Anyways, we're rolling on. I owe you money for this one. Michael Johnson taking on Clay, 40,700-year-old Guida.
Oh my God! Do you see my post? Like, what do you do with Michael Johnson? That's the question.
PFL. That's what you do with him. He's getting cut. He has to get cut. He lost 4 straight.
We've seen worse people go for and still. I don't know. He has a name. He's entertaining. Either way, I don't know. I guarantee you see him one more time.
Dude, he's 20-17.
Actually, it's 19-17 out of the UFC's the only one who recognizes him as 20.
Either way, 19, 20, 17, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's a pretty bad record.
Might be the worst record. Like, the worst record. Beside Rachel Ostovich, just one of the worst records I've ever seen. That's like Artem Lobov level stuff.
And he's lost. It's weird, though, because he's beaten so many good people, like Tony Ferguson, Dustin Poirier, and he's lost to so many good, people he shouldn't have lost to. Fights he was winning. It doesn't make sense.
Like, again, he had moments in this fight where it's like, wow, Michael Johnson could knock this guy out. He looks great. Mm-hmm. He stumbled him in the second and the third round.
But when you get rocked by Clay Guida?
Yeah, he got rocked by Clay, too. But, hey, real quick, I just want to run something by you. I know me and you kind of laugh at Clay Guida for being a Hall of Famer for having that Diego Sanchez fight. But I was looking at the man's resume. You got BJ Penn, Joe Lozon, Nakayami, or what's his name?
Yeah, didn't he beat I think he
Nate
beat
Diaz, Josh
yeah.
Thompson.
He's beaten some
Who else
crazy
is on
names.
it? RDA, Anthony Pettis.
BJ Penn.
Yeah, I mean that he's 39 and 18 or something like that. But man, that could be a Hall of Fame resume. It's possible.
It's crazy. He beat RDA too, right?
Yeah, and he has a Strikeforce championship. He was the first ever champ there. Like, I don't know.
He might be a Hall of Famer.
That's crazy, man. I've always liked Clay Guida. I remember we used to always go to Boston Pizza, and we every pay per view once a month we go watch, and I always like watching Clay fight. So good for Clay. I'm glad to see him continuing to do this.
20 years later.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with him. I mean, he called out. He said he wants a young up and come. Yeah, so I don't know what you do with him. Maybe like a Stammen's a featherweight, right?
I say the Jim Miller versus from this weekend's fight, the loser of that, or the winner.
Well, not Jim Miller. I mean, hasn't he fought Jim Miller twice now already?
Once, I think.
Once, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the Jim Miller fight. He got choked out quick in that one. There's got to be somebody like Islam Makhachev. I mean, can we do that?
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Then we're rolling on to the co-main
Paul Felder?
Ooh, maybe that's not bad. Maybe. Corey the Sandman Sandhagen took on Frankie the Answer Edgar. He had zero answers. None. No answers.
That was horrible. I just kind of looked at the screen, seen it. I didn't even jump. I just looked down.
I mean, here's the thing about that. You get hit with a shot like that, you're going to sleep. Like, yeah. I would get knocked out by that. You would get knocked out by that. Ubereem would have got knocked out by that. Right in the comment section if you think you would have survived that knee. Because if you do, you're a liar. But please let me know.
Yeah, it was one of the worst shots I've seen. It was nice. It was good, but to my favorite fighter, not so fun. But I knew I gave Corey Sandhagen the win, but I didn't think it was going to be that vicious. I don't know. It was sad.
Honestly, it was one of those knockouts I was concerned because like the camera wouldn't show Frankie for a while, so I was like, this guy might be.
I'm surprised he raised his hand at the end. Like, yeah, she stood up.
Yeah, I was worried. Like, I didn't like what I was seeing from that. But here's my thing with that: Frankie Edgar's at a point in his career where he's still a top 10 guy, 100%. We already saw him just beat Pedro Munoz. We know he's top 10, but he's not going to be fighting for titles anymore. We're at that level. I don't know what you do with him. He got knocked out by Ortega violently. He got knocked out by Zombie violently, and he got knocked out by Sandhagen violently. He's on a stretch where I think he's like, that's 3 of his last 5 fights. He's got knocked out bad. I don't know.
And he used to have one of the best chins ever.
The thing is, those shots though would knock out anybody. It's just he never got hit with these shots. I mean, that knee's knocking out anybody. So that doesn't his chin. I'm not worried about his chin so much. It's just 3 of your last 5 is a lot of knockouts.
I think him versus the winner of Dominic Cruz versus Kenny.
Yeah, maybe even loser. I don't. He's not really in a position to be fighting winners. He's got starched, like winner or loser.
Him versus Dominic Cruz would be good.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's still Dominic Cruz. If he wins, he'll jump Frankie in the rankings. But if he loses, he'll stay behind him. So I don't see what the point of him fighting Cruz is if Cruz loses his fight.
Somebody gets a name.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting spot. It's tough because he's 39.
Maybe Jimmy Rivera.
Jimmy Rivera's a good one. Sunsao.
Sunsao's a good one. Yeah, there's some fights out there. No love.
Yeah, no. Ooh, no. I don't want that right now. I don't need that right now. No, we don't need heavy hands. But Sandman, it's got to be title shot.
Yeah, he should get a title shot, even though he got starched by Aljo. But I do think Aljo beats Jan, so I do think you're going to see Sandhagen versus Aljo in the future.
Yeah, I also wouldn't mind TJ versus Sandhagen, but I would prefer Aldo versus TJ.
TJ versus Frankie.
I don't know, man. I don't want to see Frankie fighting these guys that just put people to sleep. TJ knocks people out, man.
That's true, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I seen a meme. Who made that meme online where they're like they had the main event and they showed Frankie laying there and Overeem and Volkov are fighting. He's in the background. They're like he's died. They just left him there or something. It was bad.
I didn't see it. That's savage. But this card should have been called Death of Legends because Frankie Edgar died, and then just a few minutes later, Alistair Overeem died almost as bad.
If you die, you die. They had a mini stretcher and a big stretcher. Two
What'd you
sizes.
think? Dude, we were off on this card. We were really off on this card.
I think a lot of people's predictions were off. I seen people online, like, I'm not going to say names, but people in their predictions were just off.
Mm-hmm.
So, Overeem didn't look good at all.
No, he didn't look. He looked terrible. He showed up earlier than he usually does. The guy was just on the fence like this the whole time.
Yeah. And you can't do that against a tall, lanky guy like Volkov because he has the volume. So, I don't know. I don't know if this was Overeem's last fight.
He said on Instagram he's going to be back in the gym in like a week.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's funny because he'll get a win against someone else and then he'll be back on the title hunt again.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think this killed the title run. I think that's it. I think we got to get him one win where he can just destroy somebody. Maybe we'll give him all of the supplements he wants. We'll bring Overeem back for one night only. We're getting Overeem.
Mm-hmm.
And then there'll be a sacrificial lamb. Somebody gets slaughtered. And then let him sail off into the sunset.
I want to see him versus Junior Dos Santos too.
Why?
Because I don't know. I just feel like one of them could bounce back and one of them could retire.
I think Reem still has a lot left in the tank compared to JDS.
Or what about Reem versus Tai Tuivasa?
Yes, please. Yeah, yes. Yeah.
There's the fight to make.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this card. Alistair Overeem, I lost money on you, but it's okay. You don't owe me money.
What's next for Volkov? I say Curtis Blades rematch.
If Curtis Blades beat... I think it's just a winner of the Blades or Lewis fight because he lost to both of them.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if it's Lewis.
Dude, that's like Rosenstruck knocking out Overeem. Like, you just want those ones back. If Rosenstruck loses to Gane, I could see them doing Rosenstruck versus Reem because Reem wants that one back.
For sure. I agree with that. But we got some Top Rank this weekend too.
Yeah, man. So Joe Smith Jr., we've been high on him for a few years now. The guy that ended Bernard Hopkins' career, that man. Mm-hmm. He is fighting for his second attempt at a world title. He lost to Dmitry Bivol, I believe, in his first attempt about a year or two ago.
Yep. He's
taken on Vlasov. I'm not familiar with him, but I was doing some research before the show here, and the dude's fought most of his fights at cruiserweight. He's like 6'4", really big Russian guy. Yeah, it's a big light heavyweight. Joe Smith is a good body puncher. I think he's gonna have to use that breakdown in his body. I'm always gonna watch Joe Smith. I'm very excited for this Top Rank card. Honestly, I'm a little more excited for this Top Rank card than I am for the UFC pay-per-view. I'm not really too interested in that other than the one fight. Yeah, Joe Smith, I'm backing him. I think he's going to get it done. I'm going to say knockout mid to late, somewhere around 7 to 9-ish.
I'd say the same just because he'll work the body with the height of the other guy. So,
yeah.
By knockout.
Yeah. The guy, he's fought some good dudes, though. Gilberto Ramirez, Isaac Colombo, he's fought some solid guys. So it's going to be an interesting fight. He's fought all of his fights over in Russia, so we have no idea who this guy is.
Mm-hmm.
At cruiserweight, nobody knows who the cruiserweights are.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Usman's gone now.
You also got opening the show, Jared Anderson, I believe, is on that card. He's a up-and-coming top-ranked heavyweight prospect. He fought 5 times in 2020, so they're looking to step his game up in 2021. He's going to start fighting bigger names. Good prospect, big, athletic, strong guy. I'm excited to see what he does in top rank for the next year, 2, 3 years. He should be getting some big fights. And then the co-main event, Richard Comey, who you may remember got knocked out by Teofimo Lopez for Teo won his first belt off Comey.
Yeah.
Is taking on Jackson Marinez. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. The guy who beat Rolly last year but got robbed. He won almost every round, and they gave Rolly the fight. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. Comey's a good boxer puncher. He's been there with the bigger, better names, but Marinez got the style to upset. So this is a good fight. Marinez is kind of like the dark horse of the lightweight division in boxing.
Well, we'll definitely check this Top Rank out this weekend.
I'm excited for it.
Take 3. We had a delivery, an internet drop. So if you see a little edit in the middle of the video, things happening.
This is what's going on. So we're back to UFC 258. In my mind, to be honest, I'm not that excited about this card. The main event's great, but this past weekend's fight night, in my opinion, was a better card. And the co-main event, Sandhagen Edgar, is just as good as this weekend's main event. But that's just my opinion.
It's crazy that you could take the co-main event from this weekend that just passed to this like Macy Barber. I don't know. Let's get into it. The only prelim there's only two prelims I really care about. That is Gillian Robertson, the Lumini, versus Miranda Maverick, who totally blew me off. Well, we just didn't have a good interview. The internet was crappy. I never posted it. But they're both cool cats. Gillian's coming off a loss.
No, she's not. She's coming off a win.
She lost about a month and a half ago. Unanimous decision. Sure. Remember against that girl who was like 18-1?
Yes, you're right.
And it's sad because she's going to take another loss to the up-and-coming Maverick, too.
Nah, I think she wins this one. I think she's going to submit her.
I hope so, but Maverick's so strong.
I don't know, man. I think Maverick is, thinks she's better than she is, though.
We'll definitely see. I mean, she has a lot of hype behind her.
She does. I think she gets submitted. Anyways, shout out to Jillian. She did a great interview with us. Team Canada. It is what it is. There we go.
Team Dime Piece.
Okay, moving on. Bilal Muhammad taking on Diego Lima. Do you want to talk about that?
No.
Jim Miller taking on Bobby Green.
It's actually Jim Miller versus Yancy Medeiros is what I've seen that Bobby Green got hurt, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. That's news.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I just seen it like a couple minutes before this, so I could be wrong. If that's the case, Jim Miller beats both of them, honestly, by submission.
I think he beats Yancy. Yancy hasn't fought since when? When's the last time Yancy Medeiros fought?
And he's beat Yancy before, too, so.
But Bobby Green, I think Bobby Green would knock him out, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, Jim Miller, he's just very, like, one-dimensional. I love Jim Miller. He's a legend, but, like, he's just too one-dimensional. And he's small for that division.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go down to featherweight, honestly.
He said he never would. He told us, if you guys haven't seen our interview, go check out our interview with him. He said he's staying at 155 before he's going to retire, so, yeah.
Wow.
Moving on to the main... Huh?
He likes the steak. We're not even talking about the first. We'll talk about the last four fights because the first one sucks.
Yeah. Pedro Munoz taking on Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera's coming in off a win. Pedro Munoz lost a close fight to Frankie.
Yeah, Pedro though is on a bad luck lately though, and I feel like I think Jimmy Rivera's going to win a unanimous decision the same way he beat him before.
They fought before?
Yeah, he beat Munoz by decision.
Okay, I think Pedro's going to outbox him, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know. It's a coin flip. It's a 50-50 fight.
I feel like it's going to be a boring fight because I see Jimmy Rivera's just going to hold him against the fence, and they do these, as they like to say, dirty boxing.
Dirty boxing. I don't know, man. Again, it is what it is. This card, I'm not that into it, so I'm not going to pretend like I am.
Tell we're not excited.
But I think it's because we had like that Fight Island week was amazing.
Yeah.
Then we had this past fight night, which was a pay-per-view caliber card. Then we had, I don't know, bro. I'm not trying to shit on it, but it ain't right.
No.
Okay, Calvin Gastelum, he's on. What's he on, a 2 or 3 fight skid? 3.
Three.
Yeah.
He should get his win back against Ian Heineck, though.
He lost to Heineck?
No, he's fighting Heineck.
Yeah, but you said get his win back.
No, I meant like he should get back to his winning ways.
Oh yeah, he has to win. If he loses, what happens to Calvin Gastelum if he loses this fight?
He's lost to tough competition, though. It's not a Michael Johnson situation.
Right, but what happens if he loses this fight?
He'll be probably ranked number 15, and he'll probably fight a bum.
I think if he loses this fight, he'll try to make a welterweight run again.
Really?
4 straight at middleweight? Like, what are you going to do?
It's true. Yeah, he belongs at welterweight anyway, though.
He's a tweener. The thing is, like, I was watching his what's that show where they do like the daily videos for the UFC? Embedded.
Yeah.
The man's eating 2 pieces of toast at breakfast. Don't eat all that carbs, bro. You can't make one. You should be able to make welterweight. You can make welterweight if you don't eat all those carbs, but that's just my opinion.
I like carbs too, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, you're not a professional fighter. It's a big difference. Macy Barber is taking
That you
on
know
Alexa. Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso is the co-main event of a pay-per-view, bro.
And Alexa Grasso's gonna beat the shit out of her.
I think it's a closer fight than you think, man. Macy Barber's tough.
Isn't Macy Barber the favorite?
I'm not sure. I don't have the odds here, but I think it's gonna be a pretty competitive fight. I just can't believe that's a co-main event.
I can't believe that's a co-main.
But Neil Dariush versus Diego Ferreira could have been a better co-main event.
It's true. I mean, Alexa Grasso's ranked number like 15. One's, I don't know, or 13. One's ranked number like 9. I don't know. It seems weird for a co-main event.
I'm gonna take Barber. I think she's stronger because Grasso's came up. She's had a couple fights now at the new weight class, but she's came up from the 115, right?
Yeah, and she's lost fights that she should have won too in that streak. Like, she's coming off a win, but she's also, like, she fought Carla Esparza, and she definitely won that fight.
Yeah, I think Barber's big for 125.
The striking level's totally different.
Yeah, I think she's gonna ragdoll it. But didn't you're picking Grasso, I thought.
No, I'm saying this Grasso's striking is way better than Macy Barber's.
Yeah, but the strength difference is huge. You can just hold her on the fence and kind of just like dirty boxer.
But she's fast at getting out of the way. Like, I don't know. Carla couldn't hold down Grasso. I don't know.
It's an interesting fight. I got Barber. You got Grasso. We'll see what happens. And then in the main event, the only fight that I really care about, we got Kamaru Usman.
And how much do you actually care about it?
Dude, I'm excited for this fight. To be honest, I'm really excited for this fight.
Really?
I'm calling upset. I think Gilbert Burns knocks him out, man.
I just think this is going to be a typical Usman. This is going to be dominant like Woodley. I think people think it's going to be competitive, and it's not going to be at all.
Okay, I was thinking a lot about this fight. This fight kind of reminds me, it's not exactly the same way, but Mousasi versus Lovato Jr.
I guess, but like, I just don't see anywhere where Gilbert is better than Usman, except striking.
Yeah, I'd say he has heavier hands than Usman. He's definitely faster, and he has way better submission game. What do you mean?
I just think the strength.
Yeah, the strength is huge.
Like, you're not going to see. I don't think he'll have the strength to submit Usman.
The interesting thing about this is they've trained. They said, I think Burns said they've done over 1,000 rounds of sparring between grappling, wrestling, and kickboxing.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to be, the first round's going to be very slow, I think, because you're going to be like, one guy's going to try to stay away from the other guy's strength. It's going to be very weird, very tentative.
Yeah.
But I do think Usman's going to try to press him to the fence, and Burns does not want to be on the fence against Usman. It's going to be a dangerous spot for him.
I just think this is going to be a dominant 50-45 by Usman. I just can't see it any other way.
You don't think that if Burns gets put on the fence and pulls guard, he could submit him?
No.
Interesting.
Not strong enough. I don't think. I think Usman's on a different level, and people still to this day don't give him respect he deserves. I'm not a big Usman fan, but the guy is amazing.
He is amazing. He is. He has a statistic. He's only been on the bottom position for 2 seconds in his UFC career.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. But I was watching Embedded, and Gilbert Burns looks like he's really filled out to 170, man. The man is bodied up right now.
Yeah, could you imagine the welterweight division that was boring?
I like it. You got Masvidal, you got Colby. What do you mean?
I mean, this fight's boring. Sorry, I said that wrong.
I'm telling you, watch. He's getting knocked out. Usman's getting knocked out. You'll see.
We'll see this weekend, but I don't know. I think it's always going to be a dominant decision for Usman against anyone, and I just don't see anyone making that fight competitive besides Colby against him.
Interesting. I honestly think Colby, in my opinion, Burns matches up better than Colby does against Usman.
Wow. Maybe it'll be an interesting fight. Hopefully I stay awake till 1 o'clock to see it.
Guys, go watch Musasi versus Lovato Jr. and then you're gonna get an idea of how this fight's gonna go.
All right. So what's your final pick? Knockout.
Third round knockout Burns.
50-45 unanimous decision Usman.
If that's the
Betting
case, I
odds
don't
the
want to watch.
bad guy.
If that's the way it's gonna play, I don't want to watch that fight. That's gonna be boring.
Do you ever want to really watch an Usman fight?
If he fights Colby, I'll watch again.
There you go. So, all right. And last thing before we want to go is I never want to go. Kidding. They're saying that May is going to be Conor versus Dustin Poirier 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be for the title. Knowing the UFC, I think it will be.
I think whatever Dustin does next is for the title, so I'm assuming it'll be for the belt.
Absolutely. And we also had, I think that's everything. Has there been any other announcements?
We had Mike Jackson on the show last week. Check that out. That's pretty much it.
And Paige Van Zandt got beat up by Britain Hart.
Oh my God. I'm a feeling, bro. I'm not a person. I'm a feeling.
Oh God, that was horrible. Did you watch the fight?
Oh, I watched most of the card.
It was an amazing card.
How about dude that punched the guy on the ground when he knocked him out?
I know. Or did you see the women's fight at the beginning?
Yeah, it was savage.
Killer Bee versus oh my God, I've tried to get her on our show, but we'll see. She has 2 kids, that blonde, eh?
Starling, I think her name is.
Yeah, Sterling. Imagine going into that might be the fight of the year.
Dude, her hands look like marshmallows, bro.
Oh man, shout out to both those girls. I don't know. The other girls' knockers were distracting too, but it was hilarious.
I want to ask you a question. What do you think is a better transition, going from MMA or boxing to go to bare knuckle?
I'd say MMA. It's more sloppier.
I can see that. It's tough. I don't know. It's hard. I'm trying to figure that out in my head because the clinch work definitely favors from MMA, but the skill set is boxing, so it's strange. I don't know.
Ask Artem Lobov and Paulie.
We all know Paulie won that fight. We know that.
No, I thought Artem did, but
Ask Jason Knight
Paulie
about
lost to Artem.
That's bullshit. I don't believe it.
All right, I think that's everything.
All right, we're out.
We're out.